Hey everybody, and welcome to the Untitled video blog. And today what I want to talk about is palm pliers. More importantly, Klein versus Knipex. So let's get right into this review. Now the first place I think we should start off is actually comparing the profiles of the tools, and they're very similar. First off, the joints right here are both box joints, and it's a huge feature because it's going to offer less distortion as you have two reference points to overcome to do any harm to the actual connections. Whereas something like your overlap joint, you can already see that there's some play in there, and it's just not as beefy as, let's just say, the box joint. Next is they both have the slide and lock into position, and it's just a really convenient aspect to the tool. But when we actually compare the profiles of the heads, you can see they're very similar in design. The Klein's got a little bit beefier teeth, the Knipex a little bit more fine. But the thing I like about the Knipex over the Klein is just the fact that it's a really small of a profile. And what that means to me is when you're working in a confined area, it's going to offer less constrictions to you as the operator. Now both these tools have about the exact same jaw opening, so no one wins there. But one feature I like that they integrated into both these pairs is they actually have a curve in the way the handle follows the other handle. And what that means is your handles are never going to touch when they're fully opened. But if you look at right here in a really traditional pair, they do. And that's because they follow a 90-degree pattern. But like I said, that little arc there is going to make a huge difference when you're really reefing on something larger. And then if you actually do slip and decompress on your hand, that means that you're going to have no possible way of compressing on your hand fully. Where in a traditional pair of pliers you can actually cause some harm to yourself. One thing I just want to quickly reference is the actual prices of the units. Now the Klein right here are just under 26 bucks on Amazon.com, and they're manufactured in Germany. Where the Knipex are just under 40, and they are manufactured in Germany as well. The next thing I want to take into consideration is the distance between the teeth, and what that means is the resolution you're going to have when you're working on a workpiece, so that way you can adjust it appropriately to what you're working on. And first off, the Klein here, they have a bulkier tooth. They have a 200th thou gap in between each one of their teeth. Where the Knipex is half of what that is. So it's 100th thou. So that's going to really allow you to finally tune into what you're working on. Now, when you're working with these tools, you usually apply a lot of force. So ergonomics are going to be a huge factor. Now, Knipex has done a wonderful job on this. It's just their regular grip here, and it's really smooth and comfortable. Where the Klein model, it doesn't have that feature. And considering that we are torquing down on this quite heavily, it's really subtle, but it does translate a long way. Now, one feature I really like about the Klein is the fact that their handles have different colors. And what that means to me is that you're going to have a really easy time distinguishing what tool is which in your tool bag. Now, this next feature they added on was pretty methodical on their behalf. And what Knipex did here is they made this thing self-locking. And what that means to you when you're actually using this as a tool is now you don't have to divert your attention to actually grasping this and pushing on this. You can just push on this. As you can see, it really holds in place well. And to remove it, it's so easy. Just tap with your finger and it's gone. Now Klein put a really cool idea in here, and they have a sawtooth pattern here where it actually skews upward. And what that means for you is that you can have your jaws in this position and slide it up into place. Now that's a huge advantage if, let's just say, you're trying to work in somewhere tight and you can't get your hands in there, and you don't want to guess every time to see what size it is, and just really makes it convenient to work with. Now the winner of this shootout is the Knipex. First off, the fact it's got the cushion grip. Because this is a tool we really do reef on, it's going to be nice to know that the distortion isn't going to be transferred over to our body as harshly. Next is exactly what I'm showcasing, the fact that it can retain itself on the workpiece. To me, it's just a really cool innovation that can go a long way. Anyways guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Enjoy your week.